Okay, hey guys, so this is the assembly setup guide for the Aveo AT drive. First, we're gonna start off with Timo's Kahua trucks, that's how you pronounce it. Okay, so with his trucks, it's gonna come with axles and your base plate. So first thing you're gonna do is put the axles in. Just screw that in. And if it gets too tight to screw it in, just take an Allen key and there's a hole right here. Slot it in and you can just give it a few turns. There we go. It's in, and the same thing we do it for the other side. Cool, so now we have our completed truck. Now comes the base plate. So you're gonna have some bushings, you're gonna put some bushings in first. And then you can actually insert it both sides. I prefer it this side. Oh no, this comes in first.
Yeah.
Okay, push it in, give it a wiggle. Put your second bushing in, this in, and tighten it. And we forgot to bring a skate tool, so we're gonna use this
Sorry.
barbarian device.
Barbarian.
So you have the Kahua trucks and the motor mount. But before we actually start, I forgot something as well. We need to lock tight. You can actually screw those screws.
Yes, Loctite. So you don't have to add Loctite because
It's already pre-applied with Loctite.
okay, that's nice.
And just tighten it. Okay, so now we have the
Completed.
completed Kahua trucks.
Okay.
So we're gonna assemble the Aveo gear drive now.
Okay.
AT gear drive. We're gonna start off with the motor mount. With the motor mount, what you're gonna need are 3 set screws that are provided and some Loctite. To assemble them, you will need a top wrench. If you don't have one, get one. If you're not gonna get one, you should not use an Allen key by any means. I do not advise it because it may come loose.
Even
Get one.
if using the Wira Allen keys.
It's no matter how strong this is, it's gonna bend. It's not strong enough. So it's so much more beefy then. Okay, so basically this I'm gonna screw into here. So what you want to do first, just test it out.
Okay.
So what you want to do first is assemble this mount onto this truck. And you might want to pick the board that you want to use before
Board of choice.
you mount it. So this
Is that a Vanguard?
is
Random bamboo deck.
a clone Vanguard,
Okay.
and we're gonna mount it on this side. Okay, so
Can we mount it outwards as well?
yeah, you can probably mount it this way as well. But just be careful of the clearance of this.
Okay.
So if the motor is too long, it's gonna hit this. So you might want to adjust it. Play around with it. I prefer to mount it inwards. It looks more like a skateboard like that, but it's your choice.
Alright.
Okay, so for this deck, I think about, as long as you don't go past the horizontal, you should be fine.
Okay.
So something like this would be good enough for the deck.
You can
Good way to try it.
lightly tighten it first and then
Yep.
bend the kingpin. No, not bend the kingpin. Bend the hanger, lean it.
Yeah, so a good
See
way
how
to
much lean
test
you'll get.
how much lean you get is to remove this,
Alright.
and then included is this 3D printed adapter, which basically helps you lock this mount in place by just simply tightening this axle nut here, which I'm going to find right now.
Axle nut, where the axle nut go?
Okay, so get the position roughly right first. You can see it's already somewhat in position, right? So this is just lightly tightening it so it doesn't move. So find a position you like. I'm gonna say
Oh yeah.
this is fine, right?
More. Oh yeah, definitely more than enough.
Yeah. Give it a good tighten. And now this thing won't even budge. Don't worry, this is not how you're gonna secure it.
Okay.
So I'm gonna put the deck away.
Lay on the floor.
So what I want to do now is secure this mount onto the truck. I'm gonna put these things back first. You want Loctite 242 or 243 or
Blue Loctite.
blue Loctite of any kind. I'm pretty sure. Just apply one line. It's more than enough.
Yep.
And you want to do all three ends. Honestly, does not matter which order you go now. Just whichever tree suits you. Whatever makes you happy. Okay, give it a small clean. It's in.
Okay.
We're gonna secure it. The wrench.
Torque wrench.
The top wrench should want to go to about. You want to end up at 18 Newton meters. If not, if you can do 16, then do 16. I've tried it from 16 to 24. It all works.
Okay.
But I'm gonna do it incrementally from 8 to 14 and then to 18.
Okay.
So you gotta take things slow in life. Like I said, which order does not matter. It's 8. And we're gonna do 14 now.
Great.
I caught it with my leg.
Thanks.
Okay, and now it's fully secured,
All three are tightened.
so you can take this out. I know it's a really stupid method. Okay. Perfect. Give it a wipe, give it a kiss. Done. Now it's really simple. So what you're gonna have now, okay, now it's not that simple. Now you're gonna have your motor and your pinion.
We're using 6355.
Yep. The maximum length of your motor axle has to be within 23 millimeters. 22.5 to be safe.
Wanna
This is roughly there.
So this is
wrong.
this is uncut. We didn't cut this.
Yeah, we did not cut this.
This is-
Sky provided it very accurate length of 24 actually.
24.
I think 24 is fine.
Now is it flip ski or flip sky?
Flip ski, flip sky. What's it in Chinese? I don't even know. Okay, so they gave us this motors without a proper keyway, so we had to cut this.
No, they gave us a longer keyway, so I had to cut it.
So this keyway fits. Oh, whoopsie.
Like, put it wrong way.
Fits like this.
Yeah.
Okay. You can fit the pinion in and then put it in. It's up to you. I'm gonna show you that you can do it.
The pinion fits through the hole.
Yeah, the pinion fits through the motor mount. So
Oh my god!
what I'd advise would be for you to attach the motor on first.
Okay.
If you don't have screws for the motor, go get some screws. So you want to tighten it such that you can still slide it across, like this. So because we need to adjust the backlash later on, but not so loose. So slightly.
Oh, you want to point out about the motor plate? That one?
Oh yeah. So if your motors aren't sealed like this,
Yeah, Flip Sky and Maytag ones are sealed.
a lot of them are sealed actually right now.
Yeah.
But if in case you use some other motors that are not sealed, the plate is provided so you can seal them. What happens if you don't seal them is, if you don't seal them against this, you may have some gaps along here,
And may go inside the
and
state.
the grease may go inside and escape, and I don't know how. It's gonna be really nasty. So you have this little plate here, helps you seal most of it.
Yeah. But we don't need it because we're using sealed ones.
but this is sealed, so you're fine.
Okay, great.
This is included. So we have this on. You can go back and forth, but it doesn't go in and out, which is perfect.
Now, pinion.
Now the pinion goes in.
Yes.
Gonna test fit first. Okay, it's good. Really good. Okay.
What's the distance between the motor plate? 1 mm.
Yep. So
You
how
have
we're
a-
gonna help with that is we're gonna put in the motor gear first.
Ah, okay.
So and the wheel gear first.
Spur gear.
Spur gear.
That's the, yeah.
So on your spur gear, you have a large hole and a small hole. Smaller bearing, and you come with two bearings. It comes with two bearings as well. small here,
Okay.
small hole. So you
in here.
really press fit your. I'm gonna do the large one first.
Okay.
I'm gonna press it down.
Ooh. Oh yeah.
There we go. Even harder.
Even harder. You do a push up.
There we go.
Okay.
It's incredibly tight fit, which is what you kind of want.
Good.
Then the other small here. So this actually goes on this, by the way.
Ah.
But cut this out.
Why?
Okay, so
It's alright.
and then this goes on this.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna be flush.
Great.
And you're gonna put this on here.
Nice.
And next, this pinion came out. So like this.
Yeah. The round side is facing.
I think you probably want to Loctite your pinion first.
Yeah, let's Loctite it. Let's see. One drop.
Just small drop in. Okay, so you want to put your pinion in here
And align it.
and line it with
To the
this
gear. Ah. Okay.
Yeah, so you're gonna dry fit it once. See, it kind of works. So what we're gonna do now is give a small dab of Loctite 638.
638. The green one.
Yeah, just a small dab on the outer end. So if you want to take it out, you just need to burn off the outer end. This
Ah.
Loctite is basically so that it doesn't, so
Come
that
off.
this doesn't slip off. It's not to hold any strength. Your strength,
It's on the keyway.
yeah, all your torque is being withheld by the keyring. So just a small dab.
Also, it won't be around the.
Just around this.
Not a little bit more.
No,
I don't know.
that's all you need.
That's all I need.
That's
Okay.
all I used. And then make sure it's aligned with the gear. You can actually,
I'll feel with your.
yeah, you can actually fit it here like
Okay.
this. Doesn't have to be perfect. And then just leave it there for 15 minutes.
Okay.
Hold on, Where's your grease?
Where's my grease?
I don't know how to apply your grease.
Just.
Use my finger.
What did I use to scoop it up the other time?
Do you have ice cream stick? Anything long? So you have your gear in place. So the Loctite has cured already, by the way. So you have your gear in place. Give it a bit of a roll. Everything seems fine. Vibrato. Make sure, really important, not stick your fingers here
Ooh.
because
Ouch.
yeah, do not pull it out anymore.
And so little Loctite was used just
just a
now.
little bit will be fine. Another thing I forgot to mention was
The motor
have it like
wires.
this. Yep, your motor wires, you want it to be facing the truck.
Oh yeah.
And also towards the base plate. It's kind of like an angle.
For
45-degree
for those who
angle.
want to use the tunnel risers and
Yeah, you
whatnot.
can use your tunnel risers through here. You can just go back directly. It's so you can have more slack on your motor wires as well.
Yeah.
Okay, so right now we're gonna figure out the backlash. So like I said, you need to leave some room, right? You can realize actually that this motor can actually push a lot more in. There's a reason for that. So this is a 16 teeth pinion with a 60 teeth gear. That makes a ratio of 3.75. I'm gonna go with a smaller ratio here, a smaller pinion here. So you can have a bigger ratio in the future. So you can just buy this off me and you just get a bigger ratio.
14 teeth or whatnot.
Yeah, so if you get like a 12 teeth, I think this supports all the way to 12 if I'm not wrong.
Ooh.
You get 1:5 ratio. So,
Okay.
yeah. For the future. It's work in progress. Okay, so now we're gonna figure out the backlash. So what you want to do is take a piece of paper,
Paper.
put it into, or even in 4. This is just a
4.
gauge.
Yeah.
So once you use this method, it does not mean that it's the correct backlash. After riding it a few times, you may want to adjust it if you don't like the sound. But key thing is, you do not want your motor to be touching all the way in like this.
Right.
and you don't want it too loose. So a paper is kind of a good way to do it. So how you're gonna do it is basically take a piece of paper, hold the top of the paper. So because we hold the bottom, you're gonna catch your fingers, right? Hold the top and feed the paper in. Once it's halfway in, like this, yeah, press it. Press the motor towards the truck. That's what I'm doing here.
So both gears are under tension right now,
Being
being pushed together.
under pressure right now. Yeah. So take your Allen key and just tighten, hand tighten.
Hand tighten. Okay.
3 out of 4 of the. Ah, there we go. Just roll this piece of paper out. Alright. Okay. This should be a really good backlash.
Oh, nice.
Okay, so what you want to do is you want to tighten the last screw.
Take out.
Just gonna take this out, and you can tighten this. You want to put Loctite on all of this, but what I recommend is you should
Test right.
test ride it a bit, so that if you don't like the backlash, you can easily remove this, adjust it, and put it back. So once you get the correct backlash, that is when you Loctite it. So I wouldn't recommend applying Loctite now, but you can obviously do it. It's up to you.
Test
Your
right
drive.
on a slow speed.
Yeah, slowly ramp it up. Don't go at like 60 the moment you get this drive. It's always test stuff, even on a belt drive, on any drives. Test it first. Okay. Life advice. Okay, so once that is done, and now comes the grease. So Linford has this grease, which I don't think you can buy in the US. It's lithium EP2.
Yep.
I think a lot of people sell this grease though. Basically, you want to use any grease that is POM friendly, Delvin friendly. And how I like to apply grease is really simple. You just take a big dollop and you just apply it at where the gear meets.
And roll it around.
Yep. More. And just keep repeating this until you're happy. You can like apply a lot of grease. That's what a lot of people do. It's up to you.
Like me.
Helps you dampen the sound a bit.
I would say my gearbox is like 80% grease, 20% air.
So just gonna keep applying it.
Yeah, eventually it will just wrap around everywhere.
Yeah, you don't have to apply it like how I do. You can just apply it however you like, as long as you get grease in it. Okay, so once it's coated with a lot of grease, what I like to do is apply more.
Apply more. Ooh, that's
But only at the corners here.
because that's where the
That's actually where the gap is at. If you can see it, I'll explain it later on.
right.
So now what we're gonna have is a motor cover.
Ooh,
Sorry.
gentle.
So the cover basically has these little grooves. So this is where your pinion sits in. How it's going to work is something like this. Your gear is here, and your pinion is here.
Oh,
So all this space is where your grease can sit, and in between the teeth as well.
right.
So if you put a lot of grease, it's just gonna act like a small barrier for your sound barrier as well. It's like a little mush effect rather than a
Nice.
swoosh effect. That makes no sense.
That's
Okay. So this goes in.
okay.
You're gonna hear a bit of a swoosh, I think.
Whoosh.
Oh my gosh, it's a bit swoosh. Okay, so you have your gearbox, and you're gonna have some screws, long screws for your gearbox. You're gonna be 5 of them.
Okay.
They're the long ones. Sorry, you're gonna be 6 of them.
6. Where's the 6th one?
Are there 6 here? already?
1, 2, 3, 4,
Okay,
5,
there's one more.
6. There we go.
There's gonna be 6 of them. So you're gonna have 6 screws. Comes along. What you're gonna do is just drop it in, and you wanna tighten it.
Are these stainless steel screws?
Yes, they are.
Yes.
All lessons from the first, right?
Yeah.
Okay, give the drive a small clean. Wipe. It should look something like this right now. Can you see?
Alright. Nice.
Okay, now comes the adapter. So you're gonna have an adapter, and an O-ring
Ooh.
as well. There's 3 M5 screws.
Okay.
What you want to do with this is pretty simple. Just screw it in. It's gonna be really tight for a reason.
Means good. It won't come out.
Yeah. And last one. It's threaded all the way in, and then these screws are half threaded.
Oh, so it's like
so
just
the last
strangling
part is
that.
gonna strangle the first initial thread.
Ah.
Okay.
Alright. Okay, 3, 2, 1, rolling.
Okay, so once you have inserted the 3 M5 screws, what you want to do is insert it into the gear drive. So these 3 heads go into any of 3 holes here. Just align them with 3 holes and just put it. Hold on.
Oh.
Firstly, you want to do this.
Ah, yes, V-ring.
Put the V-ring across. Oh my gosh. Very good.
So the thin part faces out.
Yes, the flabby part here faces out with the thicker part here facing in.
Ah, okay.
And there's a little step here,
Yeah.
such that it doesn't go past it, which helps you set the appropriate tightness of the V-ring.
Yeah.
Makes sense? I'll show you what that means in a second. So just plop it back into your gear drive. So appropriate tightness, as you can see. There's a nice seal here. But so it's not too tight that hinders the power
Reroll.
efficiency
Yeah.
of your drive. Took a really long time to figure that out.
Okay, now wheel.
And lastly, you put your wheel back on. You do not, I repeat, do not want to put a speed ring here.
No speed ring.
No speed ring, because the axle kind of really acts like a speed ring.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, so you don't need a speed ring there.
Warning, no
And-
speed ring.
Not only do you don't need it, you don't want to use it. You just put it in. And lastly,
Wait, bearings out. Yeah, just push that in.
oh yeah, sure. Lastly, put this back in.
Speed ring can go on here, right?
Yeah, speed ring can go on here. Although I don't really see the point of a speed ring here either.
Yeah. And so.
And use this Barbarian tool.
Look, I'm sorry, man.
It gives you 20% more speed if you use this.
Yes.
Use this. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I know. It's hard.
Okay, I just gotta hang off. That's one side.
That's one
And
side.
then just repeat for the other side.
Okay. So for the other side, you need to mount the motor on the mount first.
No, you don't have to.
No? Even if it's a really long
If
motor?
it's a 6374, it's the same. You don't have to.
Oh, okay. So it's fine.
Alright, so if you want to mount the other one first, you might want to take the wheel off this one first. If not, it's just really cumbersome to do the other side.
Ah, okay.
Just gonna show you real quick how to get these 2 mounts aligned for the other side.
Okay. Second mount.
Second mount goes in. Flip the drive on a flat table.
Uh-huh. Ah, okay.
And you want to put this in.
That's how you set the angle to be exact.
And then tighten this part here.
Okay.
Yeah. So once you tighten it, make sure you press down on both of this, like so. Tighten this, and repeat step 1 to 65 again.
65. Okay. Alright, so
So
I'll
that's basically it.
I'll cut to after both are set up, and then you can see
Yes.
the final piece. Alright.
Okay, so you have to touch up your drive. You're gonna have 2 things you gotta do. First is to install. If you're lucky enough to get a bash guard, some of you have bash guards. You're gonna have 2 bash guards. It's one for either side of the drive. Make sure you use the correct one. So this one would fit. This one will not fit. But this one would fit.
Ah.
So one side fits, one side doesn't, and then you just take the screws that you're supposed to mount onto the mount cover and just use them to mount the bash guard.
Take it out first, yeah.
Yeah. Or don't take it out and then mount the bash guard when you're mounting the cover. makes a lot more sense. But there we go.
Okay.
Another thing, this
holes.
little screws here. So you're gonna have two holes here. They're meant for mounting stuff. Meant for mounting another bash guard here if you want it. The files are uploaded. You can print it if you want. If not, just mount the screws in so that the grease doesn't spill out. It's actually optional if you ask me, but it's up to you. That's it. And do the same for the other side.
Okay.
This guy.
Okay, that's the finished gear drive. There we go. Wait, what am I doing? I can do this. Yeah. Okay, maybe a control on there. But yeah. Awesome. Alright, Jeff, anything to say?
Have fun.
Have fun. Alright. Hola.